if you truly want success, happiness, health, and wealth, and everything good that comes with life, then as a man, you really can't hide or get away from the concepts of sacrifice. Sacrifice is an interesting word because anything that requires sacrifice automatically means hard work or working harder than you currently have been doing. So if we're talking about an addiction to PMO, then perhaps you have to sacrifice all of that pleasure that you were receiving from that addiction to do harder things like refraining, removing urges from your life, and perhaps doing things that are going to transmute the sexual energy that you finally do begin to conserve on nofap and semen retention in order to manifest a life that you're going to be happy with, that you're going to enjoy. When we're talking about the concept of sacrifice, then we have to think about time as well. You see, as men, we have so much time, but we have to spend this time wisely. And so an advice or a piece of advice that I would give you that you can take away from this video is if you make the sacrifices today, you will be gifted tomorrow. Just think about that for a second. That also means that if you are willing to sacrifice things now, whilst you're still young, in your early years, you will be able to enjoy the awards or the benefits for those sacrifices earlier in life as well. So for example, if you're 20 years old and you have goals, dreams, and ambitions, but all of your addictions are stopping you from getting there, well, the sooner you give up those addictions, the sooner you start putting in the hard work, the sooner you're going to reap the benefits for all of those sacrifices that you made. So even though you may not enjoy your 20s in terms of pleasure and doing things that are nice, things that are easy, for example, an addiction to PMO, drugs and alcohol, well, if you work hard and get your life together, perhaps get your finances together, perhaps buy a house, build a house, get your dream car, whatever it is that you have planned for yourself in terms of goals and ambitions, achieve that first. Put the sacrifice in now. Get to the position that you want to get to sooner, and you will be able to enjoy all of the things that you had to sacrifice when you were still younger. Perhaps not an addiction to pornography and masturbation, but everything else that you had to sacrifice, you can still enjoy. And you'll be able to enjoy it more because you'll be older, you'll be wiser, and you'll be happier. So the problem we have in society today is that men just want to enjoy things now for what they are, right? As human beings, especially in this society, in this day and age where we have access to everything, we're just always chasing pleasure, whether that's in the form of receiving dopamine from PMO and social media, or whether that's partaking in things like drinking, taking drugs, doing the things that society wants you to do, right? Chasing temporary pleasure. Well, if you don't sacrifice that temporary pleasure, you're going to pay for it in the long run, because there will be a time where you look back at your life and you think, damn, why didn't I just sacrifice those one or two things for a better life? I could be in a much better position now if I had simply sacrificed those things 5 or 10 years ago. Well, my advice for you today is take the steps to sacrifice those things now, because sooner or later you will reap the benefits and the rewards for those sacrifices. If you continue to put in the hard work, if you remain dedicated and committed to whatever it is that you have planned for your life in terms of goals, then just simply crack on with it today, because you don't want to live your life in regret. And as men, we have this amazing thing where the older we get, the wiser we become, which means our lives will get better over time. Our lives will improve over time, right? Through wisdom and experience. But once again, my advice would be to make the sacrifices for those temporary pleasures now, today, so that you can enjoy everything that came with those sacrifices and that hard work tomorrow and a lot sooner. Divine Masculine Tantra. I hope to see you on the next video.